I'm Fred Gleisner, retired out of FDNY, Ladder 42 in the South Bronx. I was active duty at the time, and it was started off on September 11th, started off a day just like today, a beautiful clear sky. I just got home from work because I was in the Bronx the night before. Doing some yard work around my house, and I had ordered a fence, and I went to the fence place to pick up my gate for the fence, and the guy right next to the fence store was a guy selling TVs, and he came in and goes, "Hey, you just see what happened?" And I said, "What?" He goes, a plane just hit the World Trade Center. So I ran in there, I looked, I'm watching, I'm like, I see a yellow plane coming in, and I was like, oh my God, we're being attacked. I ran home, told my wife, fill up the tub with water, go out and get supplies. I ran to the school, took my kids out of school, brought them home. I say goodbye, not knowing if I'm coming home or not, and went into the city to do what I had to do.
My name's Vinny Goff. I'm retired from the New York City Police Department. On 9/11, I was commanding officer of the 19th Detective Squad in Manhattan. Like Fred touched on before, it was a beautiful day. It was actually election day in New York, and had a lot of detectives who normally do investigative work assigned to polling places. I was actually on my way home after working a 16-hour shift investigating a homicide, and I got a call while I was on the Palisades Parkway from Manhattan Chief of Detectives that a small plane, possibly a Cessna, hit the World Trade Center, and they were going to need an investigative team at the Trade Center to help identify possible bodies from the fire that was visible up on the upper floors of the Trade Center. I turned around, I went back into the city and responded to World Trade Center. I got there a minute or two before the first collapse. Dove under a police vehicle. And the funny part of it was when my guys dug me out, I couldn't breathe, I was vomiting, I was having a hard time seeing. And my guys related to me later on, they were laughing, they said, all you kept worrying about was the suit you had on. It was I kept saying it was a brand new Brooks Brothers suit. And later on we got some laughs out of that. Detective operations got moved out to Church Street right before the second collapse. It's just a devastating day and a lot of confusion. There's a lot of different tasks to work on, so at the time, I guess most of us kind of put the devastation aside. Did a lot of rescue work and working at the morgues, identifying bodies, as Fred touched on. Most of the bodies were pulverized and there were small parts, legs and feet. A lot of identification was done by clothing and other articles people were carrying, maybe a fire helmet that got crushed, maybe we can make out a number on it, or later on it became a process of collecting DNA. But the first 3 weeks it was handled as a rescue operation, looking for survivors. I guess after 3 weeks or so, hope started dwindling, and it became more of a cleanup and recovery operation, trying to recover bodies. Devastating day. A lot of Americans forget what happened, how much the country's changed since then, and it's important to